All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Thursday afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Hello. This isn't the price we want, but it's the price we got. This is where we are. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing okay, hanging out with you guys. You're here. So we're going to talk about what is going on. And is it time to buy the dip? We are exactly where we were 2 weeks ago. The price is currently outside of the purple box. Yes, it's down below my purple box, exactly where it was on a Thursday evening 2 weeks ago when the Dogecoin price dropped down to 17.6. We're now at 17.73, and it is not lower than it was 2 weeks ago. That is a fact. It is what it is. So for some saying Dogecoin's going to zero, well, it's just trading right where it was exactly 2 weeks ago. That's where we are. We will be watching during this live stream. Are we going to reverse course? Is this just taking out leveraged long trades because the market is weak this afternoon? Possibly. There are others who have some words of advice. We'll check in on them, as well as, of course, there's always the perma bulls. And the perma bulls are talking about prices eventually going higher. I mentioned that also in my video this morning on the possibility of an extended cycle. So if you want to talk about that, we can, but you should have watched my video this morning about the extended cycle, and maybe I'll just send you there first. So, yeah, Christian, if we go below 18, we have a problem. And here we are, 1769, 1769. Okay, that's where we are. And we're watching Bitcoin at 106.6. It did drop to 106.3, which was a key number. I did post on X here these large leverage trades that just got wiped out on Hyperliquid, and then followed up with, as I had the pinger on, right? My pinger is going off. Just dipped a little lower to snag three $300 million leverage trades on Bitcoin and six $3,689 million Ethereum leverage trades. Yes, this is what is happening this afternoon. It is a leveraged trade sniping that is going on with weakness in the market. And so here's ETH again outside of the purple box. Again, it's not just Dogecoin. And in fact, Dogecoin's actually doing relatively well compared to a lot of other memes that are dropping more, including our friendly Peak, which I sold the other day. And that ended up being a good time to sell. Peak went up 20%. I sold, got out of it, and Peak is back all the way back down. We've got Pengu dropping. We got Pump.Fund dropping. We've got Bonk dropping. But we have even more dropping more, like Aster and XPL and all of those that were totally overhyped like a few weeks ago. And everybody's going, Aster, 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 and XPL. And they are tanking worse than Dogecoin right now. So we will be watching whether Bitcoin also threatens the bottom of its purple box here, which would be at 105. So we will be watching that as well here during the live stream. So this is what we start with, folks. This is where we are. Let's hear what our friendly Leia has to say, right? Let's hear what friendly Leia has to say. To the people who are down in crypto right now, crypto isn't about making life-changing money in 6 weeks. Crypto is about living to fight another day. It's about sticking around long enough through several cycles to finally come out on top. You will make mistakes. You will lose money. We all do at first, but you must learn from these mistakes and come back stronger every single cycle. If you stick around long enough, crypto will 100% change your life for the better. That's nice. Isn't that nice of Leah to say that? As she just continues to like do perp trading, try and get people to join her private groups and all of that stuff. Hey, a private group is not going to do anything different for you right now. She can't tell you anything that you can't see with your own eyes going on in the markets and looking at the charts. So you might as well just hang out with Kriss here because it's free. You don't need Leah's private group, right? But there's one part here. Crypto isn't about making life-changing money in 6 weeks. As I also posted today, right? For the current situation, you either buy the dip, you hodl through the dip, or you bitch and complain about the dip. What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? If you're just here to bitch and complain because you thought it was going to be easy, you thought you were just going to buy crypto, it was going to go to the moon, and you were going to get rich. No, 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 no. As I've said before, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Just when you think you got things figured out, the markets do the opposite. As October ended up not being very much up. Like 99% of the forecasters predicted. So, hey, you can blame Kriss. Sure, blame me. I'm in the 99 percentile though, right? Of everybody else that was also predicting October. So, hey, Wojak, you know nothing about the market either. How much money have you made in the market? Don't be an idiot. You have no idea. I don't even know. I've never even seen you here before. But if you want to hang out, hang out. Love to hear what you say, but don't just come out swinging like you know nothing about the market because you don't have an effing idea who I am and what I've done. Hundreds of thousands. Well, millions. Millions will check. And these guys in the chat will back that up because they saw my portfolio. I showed it to them. Millions, Mr. Wojak. So, there you go. And I already booked those profits. So, you want to talk? We can talk. I'd love to hear what you think about the market because I want to hear what you say. You started it. What do you say? Tell me about the market, Wojak. I'm still okay. Well, if you say that, you're gone because I'm not taking that kind of crap. Goodbye. Well, that was a quick boot. He thinks I'm pathetic. Well, he's gone. That didn't take long. Where did these people come from? Man. Wow. Okay, he didn't make it. He obviously didn't make it in the market. That was pretty quick, wasn't it, Goose? That was pretty quick. Hey, I gave him a chance, right? I gave the guy a chance, right? I said, tell me about the market. And he comes back and he just says, I'm pathetic. So goodbye. Let's get into it, guys, right? What else is going on? Other people have things to say. The markets are on edge right now, right? The markets are on edge right now. When sentiment is this fragile, even a single line from the Fed can swing prices sharply. So what happened with the Fed, right? We got lower interest rates yesterday, right? So what happened? Why is the market going down? Well, it wasn't so much the interest rate cut, which was already priced in because it was expected, right? However, these were the words, far from it, far from it, far from it. I'll put that in the chat. Far from it. Right? These were the words that spooked the market. Were just three little words. Far from it. Who said that? Who said far from it? Well, that would have been our friendly Fed Chair, Chair Powell. His quote exactly yesterday was, December Fed rate cuts are not a foregone conclusion. Okay, that part makes sense, right? He always says he's not going to guarantee there's going to be rate cuts the next time the Fed meets, right? But then he said, far from it. Those three little words, far from it, were enough to get everybody upset. Far from it. So we had that. Nick goes on. The Fed's next move may depend entirely on what the coming jobs and inflation data reveal. But with the government shut down, no potentially new job numbers or inflation numbers are coming. The Fed will be flying blind. That makes a December rate cut still likely, but even harder. What we're seeing isn't unusual. It's just how markets react when uncertainty runs the show. We are in an uncertain market. That's where we are, which gives the market makers just more of a chance to take out leverage trades. And that is what is going on. As we have seen now, all of these $1 million, we just had Bitcoin at 106.3, another $4 million trade get taken out right as I was starting this live stream. But we also had a number of ETH and other Bitcoin trades, all of these over $1 million being taken out. And if I refresh the screen, I will get an update on the last hour. $50 million in Bitcoin leveraged long trades in just the last hour. $50 million, $40 million on ETH. And if we look at all of the exchange liquidations in the past 24 hours, you would see that number is over $1 billion. Yes, $1 billion of leveraged trades. That's what it's about. Yes, we'll look at the heat maps in just a minute, Danny. We'll look at the heat maps. But that is what it's about again. And I know, Chris, you keep saying that. It's $1 billion. If that $1 billion doesn't get taken out, the exchanges lose $1 billion in profits. They're still going to profit, but they don't like losing $1 billion. You know, they just don't like losing $1 billion. So when the market is weak, right? Indecision, uncertainty, they're going to short the market. They're going to dump the prices and they're going to take out that leverage because they see where it all is. They see your trades. They see your bets. They know what you're doing. So for those who are leverage trading, it's like playing poker, but your cards are open out on the table and theirs aren't. How do you win? How do you win? Yeah, we'll start to come back up now. We'll watch it as we come back up. See whether that's indeed happening. Ash Crypto says, look, since June, Bitcoin has been trading sideways on the daily chart. Over the past 4 months, Bitcoin has consistently dropped after each FOMC meeting, a pattern that seems to be repeating. This could mark the final post-FOMC shakeout before the next major move. Basically, what Ash is saying is, after every FOMC meeting, Bitcoin dumps every meeting. But then what happens? It turns around and it goes higher. Sometimes it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. This was about a week. This was about a week. So far, is that a daily? Oh, he doesn't have this line right. This line's off by 2. That's why I was like, wait, it's only been 2 days. Yeah, but this is what we see. It's a pattern that happens every FOMC meeting since June. So that's something we can point our finger to and say, yeah, maybe. Bitcoin Census says, look, every time Bitcoin goes on a big run, it comes back, it retests a resistance line as support, and then moves higher. Then it goes on a big run. It retests a resistance line as support and then goes higher. Went on a big run again, hit a new all-time high. It has come back and it has retested a resistance line as support. The next move would be higher. So there is a pattern for prices to still go higher. I know there's a lot of bears out there who aren't going to believe that, but that is what the chart does say when you zoom out. AO says, look, alts, the bull run is going to begin. Now, I am not a fan of this. I don't think the alts, I've always been saying that because there's way too many alts. There's millions and millions of alts. The money is spread out way too wide. And as we saw gold going down, there was a rotation going into tech stocks. We'll talk about that in a second. Also, CoffeeZilla made a nice video on the gambling problem, the gambling epidemic, and I'm going to address that tomorrow morning in my video, the gambling thing, because you know what? You wonder where the liquidity is going to come from, right? To get alts. You wonder where the liquidity is going to come from to get alts to go higher. And you know what? A lot of it is going into gambling sites in prediction markets and not into crypto. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to be addressing that more tomorrow. But we have things like Plasma, right? Plasma did a bear market in 1 month. It dropped 83%. Plasma was the big darling, right? The end of September, everybody was talking XPL, XPL, XPL. And I said, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. And it has gone down 83%. That's a whole bear market in 2 weeks. XPL has done that. Aster's going down. That was the big thing too, right? Aster. And it's like, you know, it is crapping its pants too. And we can see all of the ones, you know, the ones that should be low market cap and got totally overhyped. Virtuals, right? Everyone was talking about virtuals. It's down 18% today. 00, Pump.Fun, XPL, SPX, even our favorite penguin, Pengu, down 15%. Aster, Pith, ENA. Everybody was talking about ENA. Look up ENA, Kriss. And I know what happens with these things. These are not supposed to be large market cap coins. They get overhyped, they get overbought, and then they dump. And those are the ones that are getting dumped the most on a day like today. That is what's happening. So what about Dogecoin? Should you buy the dip? Even Motley Fool gets in on it, right? Oh, let's buy the dip on Dogecoin. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. And then we have this article, Crypto DNAs. Dogecoin price prediction. Doge falls to 18 cents. Time to buy the dip. And then in the small print, they say cryptocurrency is a high-risk asset class. Investing carries significant risk, including the potential loss of some or all of your investment. And you thought crypto was going to be easy. You thought crypto was going to be easy. No. Right, Sebastian, I finally quit gambling. I do crypto now. Is there a difference? Is there a difference? I already bought the friggin' dip. You want me to buy another dip? But what about the stock market, right? What about the stock market? Well, this is interesting. The Marketeer says, look, the top 5 US stocks, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Google, and Amazon, are now 61% of the US GDP. Isn't that amazing? 5 stocks are 61% of the US GDP. They're so big. So we talked about a lot of retailers before, right? The mom and pop shops going out of business, right? I mean, COVID took out a bunch of them. But since then, even, the Main Street, small family-owned businesses, they can't survive. All the Walmarts, right? And the Walgreens, the CVSs, even the Costcos, right? They grow on the retail side and get bigger and bigger and bigger. But then you've got the big tech companies like Amazon, right? Amazon, they can't compete. The mom and pop shops can't compete with Amazon on retail. But then you've got Google, Apple, Microsoft, right? All the big tech companies, and NVIDIA with all the AI needs for chips. They're just dominating the chip market. So the conglomerates, the big companies are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's no more little companies anymore. They just can't survive. So might as well just sell your Zone stock and just buy NVIDIA, buy Google, right? Because that's where the money is. I don't know. Zone has just been a big L for me. Trying to support Dogecoin, but nope. Ugh. Nope. Quantitative easing, sunshine, is not starting December 1st. Quantitative tightening is ending December 1st, and it's usually 2 or 3 months before the easing starts. So this was part of the discussion in why an extended cycle, because the easing won't start till like February, March. That's typically how it works. So, yeah. Meanwhile, the liquidations continue, and we end up with the heat maps showing the shorts are all building up higher, but this isn't the market to take out all the shorts yet. They've just successively been taking out the longs. And here's some new ones coming in at 105.5, right? Already $50 million right there. Just betting on the market continuing to show weakness. Let's zoom out to the 3-day and take a bigger look at this thing on the heat maps. Good morning, Anthony. How are you? Look at all the shorts coming in. Look at them all. All the way up to 114. That is just some juicy shorts. It may take a few days for that to happen. It may take a few days, as we saw on this chart. based on how many days trading after the FOMC in the past, how long it has taken Bitcoin to turn around and go back up. So maybe this weekend, we'll see, or they may save it for next week. We'll be watching that. But as of now, for those who have just come in, Dogecoin has traded down just outside of the purple box that I've been watching, which was at 18 cents, but it's exactly where it was 2 weeks ago. That's right, Thursday evening, 2 weeks ago, Dogecoin was at this exact same price. So it's not like Dogecoin is going lower. It was just here 2 weeks ago. So we've basically just done kind of an arc here back to where we were 2 weeks ago. So that's where we are. What's going on, guys, in the chat? These are the days that DCAing hurt. Just can't keep up when it drops, but will endure. Right. I know, Goose. I show up. I'm here. I'm here. No one now can predict the market anymore. Exactly. And they're proving that. If we pump this weekend, we're creating another CME gap. Well, Matt, then we should go up on Friday, which I will be live Friday afternoon, Dogecoin. That's right. It's Dogecoin. Friday afternoon here on the KrissPax channel, live, starting at 3 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. Dogecoin. We will be celebrating Dogecoin. Live stream tomorrow. Live stream tomorrow. NVIDIA said the other day they have $500 billion in contracts for chips through the end of 2026. Wow. Smash the likes. Subscribe, everyone. DBR's holding strong. Nice. Nice. All about the coin count. If you can buy more on the dip, increase your coins. If you believe these perma-bulls who think the market is just taking a temporary rest and will turn around and go higher in November. Yep. Dip more, Don says. I buy more as I can. Coin count matters in the end. If it wasn't for the AI boom, we'd already be in a recession. Interesting. Interesting. And it's always something, right? Yeah, we made it out of the box, but the wrong way, Mats. The wrong way out of the box. I wanted to come up over 21 cents, not drop below 18. That was not what I was thinking would happen. No pain, no gain, but this really hurts. Ben Cowan showed the last time the Fed ended QT, Bitcoin topped and then went down 70%. Yeah, we were in a bear market then. This isn't the same market. Just saying. 2018, 2019 was bear market. The word of the day is pathetic purple. Thank you, Anthony, for the reminder. Appreciate it. When will we see an increase in Doge? Have you heard anything on the streets, Pepito? I could only look at what's happening now and what's causing the market to react like it can. As you can tell by our friend Anthony there, crypto has topped whether we like it or not. Think you know why I was angry yesterday. Market did not like Powell's comments. I saw the dump coming. Right. And is it a temporary dump or is it going to turn around and still go higher? See, you're focused in too much on the immediate and you don't zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Again, Dogecoin is exactly where it was 2 weeks ago. It's not lower. It's exactly where it was 2 weeks ago. The chart shows it. Fear and greed. It's probably, I'm guessing it's probably gone into the upper fear range. But let's see what he says. Let's see what he says. Nope. Well, this was 9 hours ago. That was his last one, 9 hours ago. I'll bet it's lower than 38 now, and it's in fear. Probably 36, 35 would be my guess. He hasn't posted a new one since 9 hours ago. So first week in November, big pump. Could be, Doc. Dojoween is how we wrap the October. Yes. Make sure to trick or treat at Kriss's house for some spooky Dogecoins. I think we have Kit Kat bars, actually. We have Kit Kat bars we're giving away. You know, Kit Kat. The poor little kitty that got run over by a Waymo car in San Francisco. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about Kit Kat? And then immediately there were like 10 Kit Kat tokens that were created on pump.fun. You know, that crap that keeps continuing in crypto, which is just a joke, just stupid. But hey, thank you, William. Appreciate it. This statement was a little different, Shafia, than the one in September. This was like a little more negative. Hi, Neek. How are you? You bought about 80,000 worth of Doge at 26 cents. You've got 10,000 more. Well, congratulations on having that money. That's awesome. Not a lot of 20-year-olds can say they've got $90,000 to spend. But I wouldn't spend it all at once. Again, DCAing is not like going in with your whole bag like you did. That's not the way to do it. Little at a time, because you don't know. So you can buy some here in the 17s now, but I wouldn't do the whole 10,000. Again, not financial advice. I'm just saying what I would do if I had that money. And then with the weakness in the market now, I wouldn't be spending all of it right now. Maybe 3,000 in at this price and see what happens tomorrow. Take it day by day. Yeah, the market's totally flipped in October, Johnny. As long as we have a government shutdown in the United States, uncertainty is there. It's there. Today we saw a lot of stocks go down. Actually, the part of the stock market that didn't go down today was the Dow Jones. So it looks like the higher risk stocks pulled back today. Hoping the perma bulls are right. Me too. I want the market to go up. I would much rather be celebrating Dogecoin at 30, 40, 50 cents right now than what we got. It's a lot more fun. But like I said earlier, right? This isn't the price we want. It's the price we have, and we have to deal with it. I don't know if we see 50 cents this year, Alexander. I have no idea. There's nothing that tells me right now Doge is going to go to 50 cents this year. There's nothing that tells me that. I know, Con. I quoted that. You weren't here earlier. I actually tweeted it. Far from it, right? Far from it. Yep. Hope it goes green soon. Sally's dream. I do as well. I do as well. I want to see a V-shaped reversal right now, back up to 19.8. I want to see that fast, but I don't see any big positive thing coming in to cause that to happen right now. We have weakness in the market. That's what we have. Let's go back to boring and sideways. I know, at least halfway back up in the purple box. That's fine by me. Let's do it. What are the unemployment numbers going to be after the government opens? I know, Shafia. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Things are tough. I just feel like the bull cycle is being delayed, not canceled. Having a hard time understanding how it could have a bull market with no alt season. It's like I said earlier, right? Everybody's spending their money on other stuff. From the millions of stupid pump tokens, right, to gambling sites, right? If you see the CoffeeZilla video that he posted today, there's so much money going into gambling now, right? 4 years ago, 2021, right, we had Wall Street Bets. Remember Wall Street Bets? And what were they pushing? GameStop, AMC, right? Those stocks, and then crypto. And that's what it was all about, because that was the gambling 4 years ago. Well, now, right, it's FanDuel and all of those gambling sites. Free money's just easily flowing right into that because you can just sit there on your phone and gamble away. That's the retail crypto competition, is that. And I'm going to talk about that in tomorrow morning's video. That's where the money is. It's not buying crypto. And that would be the alts. And the alts are not running. That's why I said when I looked at AO here and his big like the alt bull run beginning in 2026, it's like, nope, that's not happening. That's not happening. I was predicting a half altcoin season of a rotation from Bitcoin to ETH to alts and memes. And I've always said maybe 50% Bitcoin dominance is as low as it goes. We may not even get that. And you guys have heard me saying that consistently for months. This isn't a new thing. Sally's Dream, picking some up in the 17s. Joe, get paid tomorrow. Not hoping it'll dip further, but it is what it is, right? Maybe that'll help. Tomorrow will be a green day because people will be buying as they get paid. Maybe. So yeah, Gabriel, I don't know about alt season this cycle. There may be a little one, but it's not going to be the big blow off one that so many have been talking about for years. I've always said it's not going to be anything like 2021. I've been very consistent on that. And now it's like, it won't even be close. Safe and sound with Doge. Doge is actually a good, again, Dogecoin right here is exactly where it was. Exactly where it was 2 weeks ago. We go to something like Pengu, right? Right? More risky, more risky. Pengu is much lower than it was 2 weeks ago. This is where Pengu dropped to 2 weeks ago, and this is where it is now. It's 9% lower. 9% lower on Pengu. And there's a bunch of these like that. So Doge is holding okay. It's again right where it was 2 weeks ago. It's not any lower. Were people freaking out 2 weeks ago? Yep, just like today. Exactly. People were freaking out then too. And look what happened. Recovered back up, and it's been trading sideways. And now 2 weeks later, here we are again, freaking people out, but it's not any lower than it was. If we've already hit the cycle top, Eric, there's a chance, right? Maybe Dogecoin's 48 cents that it had last November, early December, that's as high as it's going to go. That could be. Or maybe there's no cycles at all anymore because of all the institutional buying and all the ETFs and all that. There's no more cycles anymore. That is a possibility too. Dogecoin's price is scary enough for Halloween. National Cat Day, that was yesterday. Yep. Pax Cat just kind of slept through it. Everybody's dressing up as bears for Halloween. Oh. Will you be able to buy one Bitcoin? Probably not, Nick. I don't think Bitcoin's dropping much below 100K. XRP in an ETF, people think $100 XRP. Yeah. No. XRP did have a little bit of run a week ago, never really got out of the box, and now it has fallen back in right in the middle of the box for XRP. When spot ETF? When does the government shut down it? I don't know. Maybe Bitwise or Grayscale can do some funky maneuvering with their S1 filings and find a way to launch it without the government getting approval. Hi, CDC. How are you? Yep. This is the bottom, according to my box. We're right there, right where we were 2 weeks ago when we dipped. So that's resistance. Buying that Doge versus Bitcoin still. The 4-year cycles are flushed down the toilet. Totally different environment this time. Agreed. Elon did not sell Bitcoin. The only Bitcoin that we know is actually Tesla's Bitcoin, not Elon's personal stash. And at the last Tesla earnings, all digital assets were still there. I thought the shutdown would have already been over by now. Politics is politics. Each side has their heels dug in deep, and they're not given. 30 cents, you think, William, for lucky? Yeah. Right. With all the institutions and all of the, all the treasuries, like all of that stuff with Bitcoin, no one's going to sell Bitcoin to buy alts. And I talked about that too. We're not going to see that rotation from Bitcoin into alts. Yeah, sunshine. Can't wait for the exciting days again. They were fun. Kriss B pulled out of the markets today. Good luck. Khan thinks the bear market is upon us. What do you own, Khan? Do you still have stuff? You still have a portfolio of crypto? Kriss actually sold. That's his conviction that it's over. How many people in the chat would be willing to hold their bags through a 70% dip? The stock market is the real alt. It's just a phase, A-star. I think it's just a phase. Johnny thinks we're heading for a major recession. No. The energy costs alone that Trump is doing to keep those low will keep us out of a recession. There are some parts of the economy that aren't doing well, but not energy. Hi, Turbo. Hi, Mark. How are you? I know, DraftKings and FanDuel. That's where all the money is. It all goes into them, especially with pro football. Again, it's just like so much betting, so much gambling. We need Wall Street bets to pump Dogecoin again. How's the collaboration with House of Doge going? I mean, B level. It's B level right now. Some lower tier soccer football club in Italy, some lower tier professional hockey club in Switzerland no one's ever heard of. It's like, really? That's what you got? Eh. I wonder what will happen if someone bought 400 billion Doge right now. So, Mona Lisa, something random. If you add the three we had this year together, they add up to the same distance as the 24 bull run. Huh. The spikes, yeah. If you hold, you never lose. That's right. If you don't sell. Markets crash on an average of every 6 years in the US. People believe 2026 will be the best year, but the trend seems to be the opposite. Do you think 2026 is the year the market bubble pops? It can. I mean, there was a big pullback during Trump's last term that happened. So it could. There's a lot going on, though, to keep markets up as well. Hey, David, how are you? Nigel thinks Doge is too high to buy at 17 cents. I know. What about that government shutdown, Christian? Is it going to end? I wish it would have already. If we have to hang on 4 to 5 more years, so be it, William. A lot of people don't like to hear that, though. Oh, we go up October, November, and then we start thinking of taking profits. November and December. And that just didn't happen. October was not up. Not up. Dogecoin's recovering a bit, now 1788. Bitcoin is back up over 107. So Bitcoin is coming back up. I don't hear the pinger going off. The pinger? Nope. We got no pings. So that was that. 710 gets paid next week. This whole cycle is buy the dip. When is it going to pump? Dogecoin has pumped this cycle. Where were you last November? We had an epic pump. That was this cycle. GTR Wendy. 19.5 on Doge. Yeah, that's right in the middle of the purple box. 19.5. We'll be back there. Jazan waiting for 30 cents again and is going to sell half at 30 cents. Yep, agreed. We will not see an alt season this cycle. Like I said, there'll probably be like a half alt season or something like that. It's not going to be a full alt season. We've been talking about alt season virtually the whole year and nothing happened. Markets have a way of doing that. We knew Bitcoin was strong, and we've seen Bitcoin be strong since 2023, outperforming most alts, and it just continues. The market always does what you least expect. Bitcoin shows the strength, the alts don't. Most alts. Doge is my hobby. But you sold, right, Kriss? Johnny, you're looking at that 28, 30 cents, selling everything I've bought below, except my very bottom bags. We'll hold the few thousand and then start buying again. I know, Luca, there's still all of these predictions by these big guys saying Bitcoin 150, Bitcoin 200, Bitcoin a million by 2030. Like all of this stuff is still out there. They're not stopping. So buying Bitcoin now, it's tempting, right, Kriss? It's tempting to buy Bitcoin on this dip, isn't it? I bought right here yesterday on the dip. And I thought, that was a pretty good buy. And today it dipped more. But then that was a swing trade out of peak that I did. Buying opportunity. Well, Kush, some think it depends on what alts you're buying. It depends on what alts you're buying. Are you buying ETH? Are you buying Doge? I'd stick with those. This is now a 4. This is now a 4 bottom, right? It's not a triple bottom. It's a quadruple bottom now for ETH. Quadruple bottom for ETH. Boom, 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 boom. XRP right where it should be in the box. Yeah, Charlotte. Oh. The altcoin, the alt season, if it comes, will come unexpectedly. But not this year. We'll see if we get a run after those shorts. I will be making a price prediction video on Saturday, Gabriel. So wait for Saturday. I know, Johnny, I don't see it either. The Dems aren't going to move. The Republicans are going to move. Dogecoin will still be the people's currency. Yes, Monica. Yep. Doge. I mean, that's why it's been a top 10 coin for all these years. It drifted out in like 2018, 2019, but came back. Top 10 coin. Any update on my miner? Let's see what they said. There was a message that did come in. Let's see what he said. I haven't even looked at it yet. Hey, KrissPax, not our intention. What if we do this? I have a DG Home 1 that we send to events. While we wait for the miner to cross customs, I can have our team ship that unit so you have one to try. Once the new one comes to you, we can arrange for the miner to be shipped back and you keep the new one. Interesting. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? He would ship me, Mo. He would ship me a miner that I can use while mine is stuck in customs. Yeah, I mean the one that they use for these you know, when they go on to all these conventions, it's here in the United States. Interesting. Well, I'll have to think about that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Well, still, Johnny, there's a lot of people that are trying to get adoption of Dogecoin as a currency. They're still working on it. Change is hard. It takes time. Could still be. T, it feels like someone died today. No, it's just another pullback. Again, exactly where we were 2 weeks ago. This isn't the same as October 10th with the big flash crash. That was scary. That was really scary. No matter what, Elon said X money is rolling out this year. Yep, that's what I'm waiting for too, Matt. Exactly. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm selling if Bitcoin loses the 50-week moving average. The 50-week moving average. Okay, there's the 50 right there in blue. We go to Bitcoin and we go to the weekly. 1028. 1028, my friend, is the current Bitcoin 50-week moving average right there. 1028. It dipped below it here on April 7th. It dipped below it. Oh, it just touched it a couple times here, August and September of 2024. So since March of 2023, Bitcoin has consistently stayed above the 50-week moving average. Interesting. Interesting. So 1028, that's your number, Con, huh? But it has to be for more than a week. Right? Because there have been wicks that have gone below. All right, we know what Con's number is. 1028. Doge is already below its 50-week. It has been below it since March. Since March. We zoom in on Doge and it wants to get back in the purple box. Look at that. It wants to go back in the purple box. Hey, Joke Smoke, been a member for 2 years. And look at that. It is a gold check mark. Congratulations to Joke Smoke. Congratulations to Joke Smoke. He has a gold check mark, everybody. A gold check mark for gold. 2 years. That's awesome. Congratulations, Joke. 2 years. And you're celebrating by giving out some memberships. Wow. Aussie, Rodriguez, C4, Matisse, X7, Jodito, Jeremy, Trog, King, and Danish have all received memberships thanks to our friend Joke Smoke. Thank you. Awesome. What a 2 years it's been, huh? Do you know where Dogecoin was 2 years ago? Do you know what the price of Dogecoin was 2 years ago today? I'll tell you exactly. We are in October 2023, and the price of Doge was 6.5 cents. My friend, Joke Smoke joined the KrissPax channel when Dogecoin was at 6.5 cents. So there you go. 6.5 cents. We were buying Dogecoin then. 5.5, 6.5 cents back here in 2023 in the summer. We were buying Dogecoin. So I'm not worried. Have I bought some more Dogecoin at a higher price since then? Sure, little bits here and there. But most of my holdings are at 5.5, 6 cents. Most of my 400,000 Dogecoin I still have was bought back here in 2023. That's why my overall average is only about 7.5 right now. Elon is waiting for his $1 trillion pay packet from Tesla confirmation. Interesting. Diane stuck holding the bag for another 4 years. We'll see. I'm not giving up yet. Don thinks crypto is going to pop real soon. Stopgap budget is going to pass. Boy, they have their heels dug in so deep. Government needs to open up. Exactly, Jason. It'll be hard for Doge holders to spend it. Yep. But there's a whole another group that can't wait to spend it. We saw that 2021, 2022, when things were happening, people were spending Doge, but all of that stopped. All of that stopped. Sounds like he's trying to get your info off the miner when you send it back. It's just all you have on there are wallet addresses. That's all you have are wallet addresses that your mining farm deposits the coins into. That's it. And an IP address for my my network. They're going to go after your wallets. Sounds fishy. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Amazon and Apple going nuts after hours. Wow. Amazon's up 11%. Apple is up 4% after hours. I'm thinking of selling my 5,000 XRP and trading it for Doge. If there's a big green candle on XRP, I would consider that. T, right. It's safe to say nobody knows what the hell is going on. Right. Safe to say that. The purple box is my comfort zone. Well, we're under it still, just barely. Got to get back over 18 cents. If Doge doesn't pump by the end of November, I'm out of patience. Yeah. Hi, Justin. How are you? Yeah. If only Ryan was here to see that. Because he's waiting for his 2 years to come up so he gets his gold check mark. David wants a gold check mark. Well, it takes 2 years of membership. Gene, I don't know where Doge is going to go. 60, 70 cents seems a long, far away from here. I still think X money is going to roll out and there's going to be a pump in the Dogecoin price. But 60, 70 cents, that's going to be hard. Sally's Dream has been here for 11 months, almost 12. Then your check mark will change colors. It's my fault. It's all Chris's fault. Blame Kriss. Duchess for 1 month. Thank you, Jan. Good times. You give me hope when I needed it. I will probably be a member for life. Well, thank you, Smoke. Appreciate it. Justin, not giving up yet. The government reopening will help. Again, this is the uncertainty that's just a fog over the whole crypto market. In the last 6 months, the last day of the month has always been bearish. The last day of the month has always been bearish. September, little red. August, yeah, little red. July, red. I'm sure you're right. I'm just June. June had just topped and then was a little red. Yep, you're right. No, May was green. That was the last green one. Is that right? No, little red as well. April, red. Wow. That goes back quite a ways, Con. March was neutral. February was red. January was red big time. It's been all year. It's been all year, Con. How about December 31st? December 31st was green. That's the last one. Every end of the month this year has been red. Wow. But tomorrow's Dogecoin. Come on, Dogecoin. We're going to have a Halloween party here tomorrow. Dogecoin. How much longer am I going to hold the majority of their Doge? As soon as Doge pumps, or I need to pay the tax man. It's April 15th. April 15th is the rest of my big tax bill. Google up too. Yep, Google's up 0.75% after market. My prediction always wrong? Always? September, I was right on. You know. But hey, always, sure, whatever. I'm very good at buying high, selling low, JD. Boss, you did a good job selling that XRP. Well, good luck, Tiny Lens, on your channel. Just bought $50 worth, under 18 cents. I think we're going to be back up in the purple box. Woo-hoo. See me Fed Watch says 74% chance. That's better than yesterday. When we looked yesterday afternoon doing the live stream, it was like 68. So Batman sold it all. I don't know. Yep. Knowing that, it'll pump tomorrow. Nobody knows what the heck's going on. Maybe a reverse con is in effect. Reverse con. What would you rather have? 69 cents this year or wait for the $1.80? Ooh, good question. 69. Oh. Yep, Apple getting the pump. Apple, Amazon. Coinbase is up 2% after. A few other things. Circle's up, Riot's up, CleanSpark is up, Robinhood is up, a lot after market. But not Zone. Nope, not Zone. Flat. Yeah, I'm not wearing a costume. I'm just handing out candy tomorrow. Handing out candy. You want to find out how long you've been a subscriber? I have a way of looking it up on my end. Yeah, good luck, Tiny Lens. Marcel, still sitting on my 20,000 investment, waiting for the big breakout. Could be 2030, right? The psychology of crypto is wild. I know, right? No song came for the music. No, today's not that kind of day. For the Christmas stream, would you consider gifting a free membership in the lotto? Am I dressing up for that? We'll see what happens Christmas time. If coin is up, is MicroStrategy up? MicroStrategy has not been doing well. Where's MicroStrategy? I've got it here somewhere. MicroStrategy, it's up 3.5% after market. Is this the end of the purple box? Nope, we're going right back in right now. Coming right back into the purple box. And when I zoom out, this will be just a wick. No, we're talking about the miner. Stuck in customs, according to ElphaPex, still stuck in customs. Zone is through the, I know, $1.05. It actually touched 99 cents. Did you see that? Penny stock. Blah. Not good. William, you have faith that Zone will come back? Oh, hold the line. Hold the line. Do, 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 do. Love isn't always on time. Do, 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 do. Jason, living on a mountain, no trick-or-treaters. You're just going to have some chocolate martinis and pumpkin pie. I like that. That's pretty cool. Oh. Profit taking? No, this is not profit taking. This is fear. It's fear selling is what it is. Fear selling. We made it. We made it. It's just banging on the door here as resistance, 18 cents. Come on. No, Craig, I think that was the bottom there on this dip. We looked at the heat maps. We looked at the leverage trades. It looks like it's recovering now. Again, short term. Well, DB, somebody in the chat said hold the line. So I had to bring out the Toto. But yeah, Rosanna's a good song too. That's a good song too. You got to run, Goose. See ya. Have a good night. I know. We just heard Kriss sing. No AI. No copyright. They can't copyright strike that, right? It wasn't even close to the real thing. Not even close. Although somebody got a copyright strike from saying the words of a Taylor Swift song. Can you believe that? Just saying the words of a Taylor Swift song. It was Charlie Penguin's Up. He said the words in a video of a Taylor Swift song, and he got a copyright strike. I know. Isn't that messed up? I mean, the words were so stupid. Because I watched the video. It was so stupid. It was about Travis Kelce and his wood or something like that. Oh, I can't say too much. I'll get a copyright strike. Uh-oh. I've already said too much. Oh, shake that off. Shake it off. Shake it off. AMC earnings. It's up 1% after market. Like everything seems to be in the green after market except Megal and Zone. Megal can go down. That's fine because I'd like to buy some. What if the bull bear cycles are over? Yes, Sebastian, we talked about that earlier in the stream. This could be a new phase of slower, mature growth. Yes. We could have that, and it becomes more like a gold or stock market. And then we won't know what to do. No more 4-year cycle. Oh no, what are we going to do? Oh. Jagger, how are you? BMNR. BMNR. Stock, Bitmine, immersion technology. Dumping. Down 10% today. But it's been going sideways since July 10th, after it came back from a big, huge pump. That July pump went up 3,000%. Wow. I wonder what that was. Oh, they did a split. There was a split back in May. Yeah, 1 to 20. So that would have been like a reverse split. 1 for 20. They did a reverse split, pumped a little, and then took off. Wow. That's a crazy chart. It looks kind of non-committal since then, though, just up and down, but to drop 10% today? Bitmine. Boy, but if you held this back in June, before the big run, guess it depends on, that's Tom Lee's ETH Treasury company, Bitmine. Wonder why. Well, I guess it follows kind of the crypto market, right? So crypto market's down today, so it goes down. No, this is Tom Lee's company, right? Bitmine. Well, I mean, he probably has a crap ton of this stock from like way back when it was worth nothing. So he's rich, right? Stairs up, elevator down. Hi, Yili. What is the price of Doge now? Is that a good price to buy? You asked me the other day, and I showed you. If it goes down below the purple box, right? And it did. So here we are. That's all I can say. I've never used the ladder on the Robinhood app. I don't know what it is. Never used it. I'm really not even interested in looking at it. Waiting for Dogecoin ETFs, Linda. I mean, we have that Rex Osprey one, but it's just not many people are buying that. Peter Brandt is short BTC. He's the PayPal guy, right? Joining the bandwagon a little late. Can Bonk hit 0? No. No, Bonk has too much support to go to 0. Yeah, weird to see a jump after a reverse stock split. That's what it looks like. I can't tell if that was a reverse or a real stock split. I can't tell. It said 20 to 1 or 1 to 20, I mean. So I don't know. Jason just bought 550 Dogecoins. We're getting close, right? Longest shutdown ever, but 5 more days, right? It'll tie it, or 6 more days. Doge is a buy at flash crash low of 9. I know, but nobody can buy it at 9. That was too fast. You couldn't. And most exchanges were freezing their buy buttons because it was all totally manipulated. So there was that. I know, Jacob, right? But most of those catalysts of last cycle were all hopes and prayers and dreams and Elon talking about Dogecoin. But nothing really happened of significance. So be patient. The purple box token is up 50%. The purple box token. Oh, man. The purple box token. Just be patient, demo says. Be patient. Yeah, how long is this government shutdown going to last? Some good news somewhere, Jacob, right? Because it's been a lot of negativity. And we had a rate cut too. And you would think, oh, rate cut, that's good, right? But then Powell just has to blow it with his stupid words. Oh, we're far from it. Yeah, the problem, Javier, is out of all those millions of people that get food stamps, how many really need it? How many really need it? I think the whole system needs to be changed. Just giving out free stuff to people that don't really need it, that's not good. But it's a big political thing. It's a big mess. If you can't learn and you have patience, then it's probably best not to be in the crypto world. Well, you don't have patience, right? If you don't have patience and you don't learn. Yeah, Jordan Cameron's 10 trillion. He made another video last night. I saw. I didn't watch it. I was too busy watching the Boston Celtics game. Fun basketball game was on. Yeah, 10 trillion. Not happening. The wives should get together and have a support group. The stocks are crushing it. I know, Gurinder. My 401k plan, which is all stocks, is enjoying this big run. Enjoying it. And I keep putting money in there. And my employer keeps matching my contributions. It's free money. And it all just goes in. So, yep. Tom Crown for Fed chair. Wouldn't he be awesome? Wearing his blue shades, right? Just that'd be awesome. Tom. Oh. No, the China announcement ended up, I mean, that whole tariff thing is just not enough, Craig. And really, it just lowered the tariffs from like 57% to 47% overall, and did some other promises here and there of things that just wasn't a big deal. A lot of it was for show, but a lot of it was just, just take a little of the edge off. Well, Anthony, if people buy a crypto because they have conviction in it and the price goes lower, of course they're going to have patience. That's not an excuse. It's just they're going to have patience. They're going to wait it out. They have time. It's not a big deal. It's not an excuse. It just is what it is. Yeah, I didn't hear that, Danny. Poor job report was due to Trump's immigration policy. No, That's not what Powell said. That's not what Powell said. So be careful with your news sources here. Earlier, you said there was like no China-US trade deal, and that's not true. The trade deal is what it is. There's no change in that. So be careful with your news sources, Danny. Yeah, there's some of that, T. But there's also a lot of people who are just abusing the system, getting the free handouts. That should just go get a job. Really, they should just go get a job. There's a lot of those. Some is best. You qualify for SNAP. Yeah. Well, the last one was 35 days. And this one started on October 1st. So that means November 4th in my book. Those are the numbers I think are correct. All the Trumps will take over, Anthony. Barron for Fed chair. Jordan Cameron, he's the man. You know, like anybody else, right? He doesn't know what's going to happen. But, I mean, he has a conviction. He's sticking with it, right? He thinks there's going to be a big blow off top, and then the market is going to totally tank. That's what he says. He used to do a bunch of live streams, had a big loyal following. Now he just does these videos. But, I mean, that's okay. I think this market cycle is done with. Good luck, Adroba. We don't know yet. This is what happens, though, when there's weakness in the market and we see prices coming down. We hear things like that, but there's no signal that says that yet. And again, with Dogecoin, I zoom out and I'm like, it's the same price we had 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. We were at the same price. There's no bear market here. It's not a bear market. It's a dip below 18 cents. See, I zoom out and it's just a dip below 18 cents. It's not a bear market. The Trump wanting to test nuclear weapons. Yep. He just says our nuclear weapons have not been tested since like 1993. So that's all. It's like, well, we should probably do some tests and make sure that everything's in order, right? It's just a show of strength. That's all. It's not a big deal. Doesn't mean we're like going to start a nuclear war or anything, right? Yeah, I can source it too. I heard it directly from Trump. He said it on the plane coming back from China during the news gaggle. So that's correct. But this other thing that you said earlier, yeah, I don't think so. The immigration policy. Can you buy Dogecoin with an EBT card? Oh, some is best. Do it. Try it out. Get the EBT card and see if you can buy Dogecoin with it. I know, Sebastian, right? All the gambling stuff. Kind of ruining basketball, isn't it? You don't know who's on the fix. They should have just left the gambling in Nevada. You know, they should have just left it in Nevada for the United States. It's just Nevada. Do I believe we will have an alt season? No, I don't believe anything, Shreddy. I don't believe anything. Right now, I'm wondering where's the money going to come from to have an alt season? We can look at others, right? We can look at others. And we zoom out. We were looking at this before. There's the new year. And we were wondering whether others was going to take off in the new year, and it didn't. It went the opposite and down. But it's still, up quite a bit. I mean, it's not tanking. That's a lot of money in crypto still. This is all of the coins outside of the top 10. So Dogecoin isn't included in this, nor is ETH or XRP. Right? This is all crypto market except the top 10. And it's just not doing the same thing as we did last cycle. It did not repeat. But on the monthly, this is just it's a huge wick down. Red October. But we've seen these red Octobers before, and they turn around and have green months following. So that doesn't mean November is going to be red. Last November, there was a Dogecoin rally. Yes, and that was on the backs of Trump winning the presidency and Elon and the Doge, right? Department of Government Efficiency and all that hype around that. That's what got Dogecoin to run last November. I think, like Matt was saying earlier, I agree that it's like X money. It's like X money starts. That'll get Doge to pump. All this other stuff going on with Doge is just small potatoes. Small potatoes. We need a big thing that's particularly Doge to get that big green candle again. Yeah, I will be doing my thoughts on November, Matthias, on Saturday, November 1st. I will do a video. Canada's the same, giving away lots for free. I know. No, get back to work. There are jobs out there. Time to buy the dip. Oh, that was my question, right? Javier obviously agrees. When you least expect it, the pump comes. We got some volatility today. Selling. Red bars. You were in a Bitcoin channel earlier, Will. People are waiting for a run. They're talking about utility coins they would want to get into. Huh. So they don't think it's a bear market. Colin Talks Crypto is looking for a death cross. Yeah, accumulation time, I agree. Uptrend, downtrend. But bears and bulls are more fun to say. You don't want to work anywhere that's not paying your bills. Your time is valuable. Not sure how old you are, but you need a clear path. See you, Julian. Mark, you've held for 3 years. What's another 4? I'm not giving up on this one yet. I'm not giving up on it. I wonder if I could watch the stream in prison. Oh. Yeah, ban sports betting. Too much money in it now. But that would work. That would do it. Yeah, I don't know, Pablo. You have to make that decision. Again, it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. If you've got $500 to spend, you could spend $100 now and keep the other 400 in case it dips lower. You can always do something like that. Have faith, November pump. The odds on sports betting is simple. Heads or tails. The crypto is kind of like that. You got to pick the right one. X money. I know, Jason, right? Right, like William says, buy a little at a time. Exactly. I asked Grok when Elon is freely able to talk about Dogecoin, and Grok said October 2025. Huh. Was that in reference to a lawsuit or something? Yeah, Matt, I will be looking at that in Saturday's video. I'll be looking at the past Novembers. Is USDT breaking out of the descending wedge? So that would be USDT dominance. That's something that I don't follow. I don't think that's a thing. There are a lot of people who do, but I don't think it's a thing. Right. Last November pumped because of the election, but Dogecoin pumped because of Elon. You're almost thinking the top for Doge was December 2024, and then the tariffs just kind of ruined. Yeah, I agree. Coleslaw, about to start taking profit every green day and buy on the red days. Okay, Anthony, I'm going to say sideways then for November. That'll throw you off. Yeah, November is going to be sideways. Just because Anthony's going to do the opposite of what I do. It's going to be sideways. Oh, that'll be fun. That will be fun. Cadena's dead. It's still being traded. Where's Cadena? There it is. 5 cents. It's still trading, but yeah, it's you zoom out enough and it's like scraping the bottom. But people are trading this like a meme coin now. So who knows, right? Who knows? It's up 7% today. Cadena. It's like trading like a meme coin. 5 cents. Excuse me. The market maker should turn the dial from soul crushing to irrational. Go get the shorts. They need to go get the shorts. All these shorts up here. Bitcoin to 114, right? Huge, huge number of shorts here. 114. Go get them. Best investment in the market right now is Cadena, right? Party just getting started for crypto. I know we're still early in this whole crypto thing, but I get it. People want the immediate gratification of price going up because it was promised, right? Fall 2025, right? Bull market. 2017 November was brutal. Yeah, I'll be looking at that on Saturday's video. I don't really follow Tesla so much anymore. I sold all mine back in January. So I haven't really been following what's going on with Tesla. If you say sideways, he's going to use an iron condor options strategy. I don't know what that is a reference to, but okay. One of Elon's lawsuits finished in October. Okay. Wow. Purple box November. There we are. We're just going to stay in the purple box all month long. And we'll see what I say on Saturday, Anthony. Shorts are going to get wiped. You think so, Jason? Once the government reopens, positivity. You sold your Cadena at $5. Too many YouTubers were talking about it, and that was at a loss. I know, we looked at the Cadena chart, the craziness of Cadena. Now it's 5 cents. But yeah, you go on the monthly and you're like $16, 2021. That's it, yellow line, $16. $2 was this red dashed line, which it last touched right here, December 1st, 2024. It went up to $2. And look at it, just dumpage, total dumpage. Just can't get back into the purple box yet. See a demo? Almost seems like the market makers are letting the shorts build up on the heat map. Max power. It's never a bad day for Doge. 1 Doge equals 1 Doge, right? I'm just like, I've been saying, we're just going sideways now. It's not going to zero. But it's not going to $1 either. It's going sideways. You've been in Crow. Yeah, I've got a chunk of Crow. I'm waiting for it to go back on another run. Crow's in its purple box. Stayed in. Had a little dip under, but it stayed in. Purple box. Purple box. Purple box. I don't know. I don't do shorts or longs. I think it depends on the exchange and how they do it, but I don't. It's trying to get back in, Charlotte. It's trying to get back in. It's right there. You zoom out and it's just like right there, which is also this long-term sloping support line, this orange line here. This is my long sloping support line that it touched right at that confluence between the purple box and the orange line. So that's support, bouncing off support. That's what we're doing. It's ADA dead. Nope. Sideways. Same thing as Doge, just popped right underneath the purple box, now coming right back up. Same. Dogecoin just did a swing failure pattern, so should see move higher for a bit. Okay. I know that orange line, that was support long-term. It's long-term support. And it always rocketed off. Go back to your purple home. Gabby, get back in your box. In your box with you. Market makers are doing a great job killing everyone's hopes and dreams. I have not looked at FTT for a while. People still trade it, right? I don't know where this gets traded though. FTT. $0.77 for FT. If really, not much trading volume. Not dead. Still trading. FTT. Sonic. What's going on with Sonic there? $0.14 down 20% today. That's a big drop. I don't know what the best exchange is for Sonic. Yeah, that was some other exchange, down 7% here. This has got more liquidity here on MEXC. And just following everything else. Yep, still traded. Yeah, we talked about this. Canary Capital did a funny thing with their last S1 filing where they put language in there that said if the SEC does not deny their application in 30 days, then they'll take that as approval and they'll be able to start trading their ETF. Well, the SEC didn't deny it. They were on furlough, right, out because of the government shutdown. So they said, hey, we're good to start trading. They got the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ to agree. And the ETFs are now trading for Solana, Hedera, and Litecoin for Canary Capital. That's how they did it. You think a lot of that is fake, Anthony? Could be. It could be. But we do see the liquidations, though. So there's a lot of them that don't. Yeah, just make some fake shorts at 20 cents for Doge. Let's get Doge going up. I know, we're waiting for Doge OS too. We hear they're in testnet, right? And there's no schedule of when Doge OS is going to launch for the public. Playing Dogecoin games, earning Dogecoin, winning Dogecoin. That's the whole gambling thing again, right? Canary Capital's pretty good size, Anthony. Yep, from what I understand. On the ladder, there's always 3 million to sell up and down. Yeah, that's the market makers. That's what market makers do. We're talking about the leverage traders, though, and what makes up this data here. So that's not the same. The market makers on an exchange have those big buy and sell numbers just to keep the market from like totally taking off for that coin. But leverage trading is different. This is shorts and longs. That is buys and sells. The liquidations could be ordinary moms and dads. Well, unless it's these $1 million ones that we were looking at earlier. 4 million, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 1 million, 3 million. I mean, these are real These are real trades. They're not fake trades. These are liquidations. That's real. Look at Doge, 17,999. There it is, 18 cents. Back in the box with you. Come on. 18 cents. No, don't drop back out. Come on. Don't do that. How dare you? I just had you in the box again. Come on. Right. The market makers provide the liquidity. Exactly. On the exchanges. But the manipulation on the leverage trading, that's what's, yeah. Jason bought 3 times today. Still have your recurring buy waiting. And yet, it wasn't enough to move the market, Jason. Come on, your buys aren't big enough. Add a few zeros, right? You could have got Dogecoin back in the box all by yourself. Get back in there. Back in your box. Am I holding Doge till the end of the year? Well, I will always have some. I'm not going to sell all of it, but a good bulk of it I want to sell at whatever I think the highest price is going to be before April 15th, because I got to pay the rest of my taxes. And stupid me, right, had enough for what I thought were the taxes that I left in the market, and the market's gone down since then. So now I'm like, ooh, I need the markets to go back up. So I have enough to pay my taxes, capital gains taxes. That's a problem. The big orders for leverage buys or shorts could be drug lords, and could be. I just think they're whales that are bored and gamble. They're degens and they've got nothing better to do. They got so much money that they don't just want to buy and sell crypto. No, they want to do all their leverage trading. That's what I think it is. It's just a way for rich people to have fun. Buying and selling is too boring for them. They want the action. CZ, he does a lot of the manipulation. Yes, that was all October 10th. You know it was. That was all CZ. You're a ninja whale, Jason. Ninja whale. We need Elon. I mean, if you want Doge to pump, that's kind of what it's been. I see a mysterious guy behind a Cybertruck smoking cig. Seen him twice when markets hit an all-time low like this. Oh, he must be hurting. Good time to buy more. Henrik Zeberg is bullish on. I don't know who that is. Rich folk need new hobbies. I know they've got so much money that they just leverage trade. Leverage trade. Back in the box. Woohoo! Dogecoin is back in the box, everybody. Back in the box. All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Yeah, Doge back in the box. Come on. Don't fall out now. Don't fall out now. My trading days may be cut short. I keep getting wrecked. That's why we don't swing trade, and that's why we don't do leverage trading. You don't get wrecked. You don't get wrecked. You buy and you hold until you feel like you need to sell, like I did with Peak. I know Monte Cristo, right? For those that don't know, I took the L, but we had a 20% run on Wednesday, and I sold. And since then, since I sold, Peak went down 20%, back down. Ouch. Peak is also climbing back up into its purple box right there. And then I bought Bitcoin on the dip here during the FOMC. Bitcoin has since dipped a little more, but it's pretty close. I'm only down about 1.3% on that Bitcoin I bought. So heat map on Doge. Sure. Where's all them shorts? There's a chunk here at 19 cents, 19.75 million. But the biggest ones, the bulk of it is up here at 20.3 up to 20.5. That's where big multi-million-dollar shorts are up there. All eyes on Doge. Let's go. Hey, Nelson, don't know what you would have done without this channel. I know. It's kind of like hanging out together, commiserating together. My daughter always stops what she's doing to run in and dance. The purple box. All eyes on Doge. Let's go. I'm a rock star. I know, right, Mark? Isn't that awesome? The rock star. Come on, Dogecoin. What are you doing? 17. Dumb. Yeah, I can't do that dance. I feel like I'm just holding to hold. The last year has crushed my excitement and love for crypto. It's been tough, hasn't it? I agree. I agree, Parker. It's been tough. It should be mandatory to play that. No, it would get overused. Bought 10,000 more Doge today. You got your target of 200,000. Good luck, Shaj. Come on, Doge. Thank you, Jay. We haven't celebrated a bull run since you joined the channel. I mean, in April, we were at 13 cents. We're not back down there, right? But we do keep things real here. Yeah. Try and keep things real here. All right. Well, here we are at the end of the live stream. 1796. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a thing in the morning on gambling. Where's the money for alt season and to buy Doge? Where's retail, right? We're going to talk about gambling. We're going to talk about, the stocks, the money from gold to Bitcoin or gold to the stock market. Hasn't all been going into Bitcoin lately. We're going to have that conversation tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon will be the Dogecoin Halloween live stream starting at 3 o'clock East Coast time. Dogecoin. because I can't go too long because the trick-or-treaters come early here, and I need to be giving away candy to the trick-or-treaters. So I hope everyone has a good evening, though. And let's see if we're back in all of our comfy, tidy little purple boxes tomorrow. Until then, we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.